Looks like Elden Ring has finally dropped, and it sounds like we have to have a little bit of a talk. And I've brought a little slice of the internet to share with you. My biggest problem with that Mario game, Raving Rabbids, was... I love the game, by the way, fine, but it was... There was no difficulty setting, because I'm a little bit of a bitch. I'll bump that motherfucker up, because now I just can't play games on easy anymore, unless it's like a Japanese RPG game, and then I'll probably leave it at... Not even then. But then I'm like, I'm playing this game, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm kind of not enjoying it. So I actually put the game away a bit, because it was too easy. I put Mario Raving Rabbids down, because it was too easy. And really what I should have done is put it down and then picked up XCOM like I got a good fucking sense. Ooh, haha, oh, hey, oh, yes, hit me with the Hulk shit. I want to know who is reading video game anything from Forbes. Who's doing this? Show yourselves. Like, I feel the guy that's reading game journalism out of Forbes is also the guy that's wearing, like, their best cufflinks to secret bathroom meetings. No, you're the guy, like, was obsessed with horses as a child.
Horses, horses, horses.
Words, we made up the lie that horses need to be ridden so that we can continue to... We didn't start kidnapping calves from their mothers because cows are terrible mothers. They're calves because we wanted
Ah, shit. Please forgive me for that. Anyway, I think at last I can honestly say it's time to start maybe gatekeeping video games. I know it sounds harsh, but hear me out. Come on. Shit, I fucked. It's often mused that diversity is a strength. And more often than not, especially when you got, say, journalists with uninformed, uncritical, unthinking, bad opinions, it's really not. And that, it kind of sucks in that regard. Every time a new From Software title comes out, it usually gets pretty good scores across the board, but you also get a deluge of these cultural articles written by these... They're not even real journalists, honestly. They're more activists than journalists.
My eyesight's been weak since birth, you see. But
I look at a lot of these journalists and I see a lot of the topics they choose to write about. They're all culture war topics or something extraneous that has nothing to do with really anything important with the video game. And these people can do what they want at the end of the day. They can write about whatever they want. I look at a lot about what they write about, and I'm like, who gives a shit? Like, this is like ground zero for basically game journo activist, peak game journo activists, especially coming from Kotaku. I mean, it just keeps getting worse. Now take a look at Dave here. Dave likes to fight Madame Butterfly. I don't think Dave likes to fight Butterfly Lady. I don't think he does. But he fights her anyway, and he takes 1,000 times to do it. But why? The butterfly bitch is skippable.
you need to leave!
What the fuck is this shit? It feels like the common thread between Dave, Joshua, Stacy, Susan, Frankie, Kimberly. There seems to be this obsession with giving access to people who normally, in their mind, in their perception, are just going to be stuck. I feel like there's a bit of projection, honestly, especially when Dave here expresses his discontent at fighting the Butterfly Lady 100 times in a row. Again, it's an optional boss, dude. And now for our next mail, we're gonna switch over to a journalist who I find exceedingly vacant. If you ever wanted to know what a casual player looks like, well, here it is, and you see him all the time in game journalism. They hate games like Breath of the Wild. How do you hate? How do you hate this game? It's a game that is basically a playground for your imagination in a lot of ways. If you can envision doing something in this game, you can probably pull it off with some effort. I mean, a lot of early reviewers were comparing the discovery nature of Elden Ring to Breath in the Wild, so it comes to no shock that this journalist in particular doesn't really jive with Elden Ring or Breath of the Wild. These people, and yeah, God bless them, but maybe these gamers just don't have the imagination to play these games, and that's fine. I just don't think they should be writing about them is all. I'll do what I gotta do.
This shit good.
I mean, this author alone has complained about the menu systems on Elden Ring in 2 different articles that I've read, and certainly I get that, and part of the problem maybe is that due to the nature of the popularity of these games, how trendy they can be, it's possible that a lot of these people that go in playing this game for new, they mistake the game for being just an action RPG, and it is that, to be sure, but it's also an RPG, and RPGs have character sheets. These games, and it's typical of RPGs in general, but these games typically ask you to think for yourself. And that's a far cry from the basic AAA title that you get seen release every, you see about 6 or 7 of these things that show up every year, and it's the same game in a lot of respects. They have waypoints, they have map objectives, they have objectives that go specifically here.
How dare
The quest lines in the Soul series, in Sekiro, and even in Elden Ring, I haven't played all the game yet, but the quest lines in there are anything but conventional.
About the Warcraft 3.
I think you see a lot of this unnuanced thinking with these, first of all, activists, second of all, journalists, third of all, casual gamers that play shit games like Pokemon and Dynasty Warriors. I like Dynasty Warriors, but maybe I really don't anymore.
Making fun of mental illness is A-okay.
Maybe there are franchisers that are still just because the fan club around them is so correct at the end of the day, and maybe they're on something. Maybe they're on to something that they enjoy. I think if you're a journalist out there arguing for an easy mode accessibility option for every game out there, then you misinterpret. I think you misinterpret the beauty of the game. Because there's really only one version of Dark Souls that's available to everyone, irrespective of anyone's race, creed, disability. It's out there. But there's many variations to which you can approach the game. For instance, like I said earlier, I mentioned that the earliest easy mode setting in any of the Souls games, and even in Elden Ring, lesser so to Sekiro, but the first easy mode option is at the beginning of the game when you choose your archetype. If you want to go hard mode, choose the naked guy. I think most reasonable people would agree that starting out naked is really difficult. But if you want easy mode, go with the sword and board, I always say. It's typically the kite shields that mitigate 100% of the damage, so don't tell me that's not easy mode. I'm saying the game, the easy mode that all these people think they want at the end of the day, that the easy mode that these people think they want, they're already in the game, even in Sekiro to some degree. There is AI-controlled NPCs in the game that help you with certain bosses, the most hardest ones. If you're online, get some help from your friends, if you have any. If you can't kill them with one item, get another one, kill them with another item. Can't kill them with that, try again. Get the ice sword, melt through bosses. Level up, grind. Fucking help yourself, dude. Play the damn game. Don't argue for a mode that's just gonna dampen the experience that you already know you kinda already think you enjoy. For Sekiro, collect the weapons arts. Get the most powerful ones. Use them, abuse them. Spam L1. And as for the fanboys out there, as for the fans like us, let's get loud, let's get demonstrative. You know, these other people that are just asking for the developers to pay attention to them, write them letters. You know, it's maybe it's not enough to say it's a good game and buy the game. Maybe I don't know, open up a letter and write a nice little poem to Miyazaki and say, hey, good fucking game. Don't change it.
To get over this notion that if someone picks an easy mode, they don't want to be challenged. A lot of people just want the same experience you're having. They want to experience Dark Souls the way you have.
And that's all I mean by really gatekeeping. It's just stand up for the product. Stand up for the experience you want. Stand up for those good experiences. Not everything has to be accessible to everybody. There are plenty of games on the market that will scratch that itch. I do appreciate this author's capitulation that Elden Ring, Breath of the Wild, you know, these big brain games are not for her. And ultimately, that's not a problem. I don't think these people are ever going to give up the accessibility argument and the equality of outcomes philosophy that these people seem to be obsessed with. I don't think they're ever going to give that up. But maybe this is a learning experience. Not everything is for everyone, and it shouldn't be. We don't need to standardize everything to where it becomes boring like every other triple A title that, you know, the game developer tells us is going to be the newest best thing, and it's really just this more of the same thing. It's just 2.0. And that's not necessarily the greatest thing ever, especially if it's more of the same thing. Sometimes it is, though, and that's not bad. But leave the Elden Ring, leave the Souls games alone. They are perfect in a lot of their own characteristic ways. You change one thing about this, you screw with the difficulty in any way. Alright, I know all of his moves. I know all of his moves. Fuck yeah! I don't know that move. It just, everything falls apart. I dare anyone who thinks that an accessibility issue exists in these games, break the next one that comes out. Don't even play it on the normal mode that everyone else is playing it at. Break the game. Cheat. Go in there and hack the game. Give yourself a Mohawk class. Wave a finger. Kill all the bosses and tell me if we're playing the same game. I encourage everyone to try these games at least once, maybe even twice, maybe even a third time, because that's what it takes to get into the game. You don't have to enjoy the experience, and if you find yourself not enjoying the experience, I don't know, go play Mario Raving Rabbids. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. To show you how much I care, I'm giving away some free merchandise. You could win this hat. It's a bucket hat. It's one size fits all, I think. It only has one size. You need a Gmail, YouTube account. It's free to enter. All you have to do is like, subscribe, comment down below. One person will be selected. One random lucky individual will be selected. It's one entry per account. Multiple comments will not increase your chances of winning. The winner will be announced via an update to the description on this video. The winner is responsible for checking the status of the update. Their name and the winning comment will be displayed with further instructions on how to claim your prize. You will need a mailing address or a P.O. box, and your information won't be shared. It'll just be used to mail you the hat. YouTube is not sponsoring this giveaway. I am. I did the hat. I'm doing the hat. It's mine. I'm the one responsible for selecting the winner, and I will be the one mailing out the hat. The giveaway ends April 7th at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. The winner will be announced April 8th. The winner's name and comment will be updated in the description. I'll most likely talk about the winner and their comment in a future video, but you'll need to check the description for the most up-to-date information. The winner is responsible for contacting me. They'll need to prove who they are, which means you'll need to have access to your YouTube account. You'll need to be able to edit your original comment. The winner will have until April 30th to claim their prize. After April 30th, we will choose a new winner, and the winner will be announced per an update to this video's description. Be sure to check back for the status of this giveaway. Make sure a winner has been announced. It could be you. And there's no reason not to enter, so like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Please. If you have any questions, email me at this address. The winner will need to contact this same address. Check the description below for the official rules and details.